The persistence of Black poverty is a deeply entrenched issue in America, driven by a variety of historical and contemporary factors. Centuries of systemic economic disparities have restricted Black communities' access to quality education, job opportunities, and fair housing, in perpetuating inequality. Achieving a more equitable society requires understanding the issue's complexities and implementing impactful solutions. Slavery brutally commodified Black people, stripping them of autonomy, dignity, and economic agency. Jim Crow laws cemented racial segregation, drastically restricting access to good schools, decent jobs, and financial advancement. The Great Migration saw millions of African Americans leave the rural South between the late 19th and mid 20th centuries, seeking better living conditions, economic stability, and refuge from systemic racism. Urban life brought new challenges, including heightened racial tensions, job scarcity, and poor living conditions. Redlining, the practice of financial institutions and insurance companies denying services to predominantly Black neighborhoods, severely restricted Black Americans' access to resources and opportunities. This practice contributed to the racial wealth gap and limited economic mobility. Black students are more likely to attend underfunded schools and have limited access to resources and opportunities. According to a recent study, schools serving predominantly Black students often face significant funding gaps, which negatively impact student outcomes. Black Americans face considerable obstacles in employment, characterized by biased hiring practices and few opportunities. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the 2020 unemployment rate for Black Americans was 11.4%, more than 4 percentage points above the 7.3% rate for white Americans. Healthcare disparities are stark for Black Americans, who often encounter barriers to quality care and experience poorer health outcomes. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reported a life expectancy of 74.8 years for Black Americans in 2019, underscoring a notable disparity alongside the 78.8 years recorded for white Americans. The racial wealth gap starkly illustrates economic inequality. According to 2019 Census Bureau data, the median wealth of Black families was $17,600, while white families had a median wealth of $171,000, highlighting the impact of systemic issues like biased lending and unequal access. Ultimately, tackling persistent Black poverty demands a comprehensive strategy that combines policy reforms, investments in education and job opportunities, and targeted efforts to dismantle systemic racism and inequality. By bridging these gaps, we can create a society where everyone has a fair shot at success. This endeavor requires a deep understanding of the historical and ongoing factors driving Black poverty, as well as a commitment to crafting effective solutions.